Hi, this is Marty Leckletter, Product Manager for Forms Experience Builder. I want to show you a great example for the product, this for access management. So the scenario is IT access management. We have end users that need access to mobile mail, they need access to different line of business systems, etc. So they fill out requests. The requests go into the main application, which processes the workflow and stores the data. And then we've got a third Feb application which actually allows managers to go in, look at what's in the queue, and improve. There's an additional system which is put in place to feed information about the employees, who they work for, etc., into the process. And this is all cast in WebSphere Portal. We've defined a couple of additional roles to support the workflow. So for the start and review stage, we have an initiator role and a reviewer role, which we've defined, and we've assigned members to these different roles. So employees and managers, if you will. And then for each role, we've mapped the privileges for that role to the appropriate stage. So the start stage, the initiator can create. And then in the review stage, the reviewers can read and update. So let's take a look at the application. So we'll start this demo as Alex Beasley. Alex is an employee at Greenwell, and when she logs into her portal, she sees a page for access requests. Alex can look at her profile, and you can see the employee feed information for Alex is loaded into the system automatically. Alex can also take a look at outstanding requests that she has in the system and get a sense of where things are at. The different types of requests are organized in a tab folder. So this is one of many different sort of menu options that you could put together for your users. So as an example, here we launch into the corporate access request form, or perhaps it's a catalog form that we want access to. But in this example, let's take a look at a mobile request. So we'll go ahead and we'll fill this out. There's not really much to do. We tell the form that we want to enable receipt of email on the new device, and perhaps we'll put in a comment here, and then go ahead and submit this. So that has been submitted for processing. And when we look at the outstanding requests, we see the mobile request that was just entered into the system. So let's go ahead and log out. So now we'll log in as Seamus Riley, Alex's boss. When Seamus logs in, Seamus sees a different page, Access Approvals. And here we see a queue and the form that Alex just submitted. So Seamus can open this form, which is awaiting review. Seamus can review this, see that everything looks correct, and then go ahead and approve it. And then when Alex logs back in again, Alex can go ahead and take a look at her queue and see that the mobile request has been approved. Now let's briefly take a look at how all this works. There's a couple of applications, one for the front end and one for the requests. The front end application is actually two applications. So there's one for the request, and then there's one for the manager to pick the request from the queue and approve it. Now this front end doesn't store any data, but it speaks through services to this back-end application for the requests themselves. And in this request application, I have a page for each form, and this can go on. And then I have a page which I've dedicated to pulling in the employee profile information from a service, and then a page when I'm ready to click submit that gets loaded for storing all the outputs, which then go to the manager queue. But what is most important about this particular application is the workflow. So we've got a start stage, and you can see that when I click submit, it goes to the review stage, and then when I click approve, it then goes to the approve stage, which then could then update some systems in the back end. I also have the option to go to a denied, which will go to the denied stage, or a send back for rework, go to the rework stage. So each stage then has some access privileges which are assigned to it. So you can see the stages here. So start, what I've done is allowed initiators, so these are roles. So initiators are defined as these particular people. So I'm being very explicit here. These could be all authenticated users or some group from an LDAP that I'm loading in here. But initiators are able to create, which means fill out the form. And then the next stage, the review stage, what I'm saying is that the reviewers can read and update, and reviewers is another role which I created, and I'm saying that these particular individuals are reviewers. All right, again, it could be an LDAP group, etc. So this is the way that you can define and be very explicit about who has access to the form and what stage. So again, in summary, you have the three different pieces of the FEB application, two of them which are exposed through Portal, and then you have the employee feeds coming in, and you've got workflow with different roles and privileges assigned for each stage. Thank you.